Yo, yo, yo. What is good, guys? It is your boy, FR double E coming back with it again, and I'm just chilling out, doing my thing. And I've been wanting to get you guys a good video of this Xbox, now that I finally upgraded to what would be considered the latest soft mod, but man, I don't know what's going on. Like, I haven't been able to get a good audio take with my recordings for some reason. And sometimes that with Windows the Windows operating system, they push so many damn updates, and sometimes the updates will they screw with certain things or they'll mess it up. And I noticed after the update the other day, like I don't know, it's weird. My audio sounds off, and my settings are right. Because I have like a you can set your settings in the recording software, and then if you come to like a preset setting that you like, you can save it. So anytime like, if you just, let's say you get like, the optimal audio like levels, and you're like, oh yeah, that sounds really good, I want to rock that one, you can you can go ahead and save it if you want, and then anytime you record a video, it'll have those settings that you save, you know. And that's usually what I did, I mean, of course, when I first started using OBS, the recording software, I had to do a couple, and then I found a level that was nice, and that's what I use mostly for the videos. But like I said, sometimes these damn Windows 11 updates, they'll mess with things, and I noticed like it seems like my audio was sounding like way like loud, like oversaturated, and that sometimes too is if you don't set up your routing right. Like if you have two audio two it's kind of weird in the recording software. You have to route stuff right. But if you have like two of your audio routes set to like the same route, then and let's say your mic, or you have like you doubled your mic in like one of your other channels, and that's what it sounded like. Like I had like echo or double like overlapping of a double vocals, and I don't know. What I did now was I just like I kind of backed down everything that I had a little bit, and it sounds okay. So I don't know what's going on, but not much. Like I said, I only went down a couple of because if I would have went down any further, I probably wouldn't have much audio at all. So I went down a little bit, but it seems to be working now. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys like a good video with this Xbox here. It's kind of cool. There's a lot that's been done since the last time I messed around with it. And myself, when I got into it, I didn't get into it for gaming. It was more for like a media thing, I guess you could say. And like I said, I was just looking. Oh, my screen's gonna pop off because I just turned on my computer. So, but just because I want to show you guys like what got me like into this way of using it, the Xbox, old school Xbox. Okay, I gotta go back to it switches my signal. I have everything connected, so when I turn on my computer, it like it kind of switches my TV around and whatever. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show, like, so back then, like, this was 2007, 2008, whatever, 2010-ish era, and I would, I was making beats. I had music on my computer. That was a thing, just having a computer. So, I'd get my CDs and I'd just rip them to my computer, and it was kind of cool at first, just playing your music right there, plugging in some headphones. But, it's when you're at a station like that, it's not the most portable or mobile, I guess, to say. And after a while, it was like, well, I always have to sit right here in front of my computer. I always have to turn these little computer speakers on. I always have to plug in some headphones or whatever. But this was pretty early, this was like early Bluetooth days, if Bluetooth was even around then. So, wireless speakers were like not really a thing. We were still like using a eighth-inch corded speakers, and that they're still around today. That's what I use now on my setup. I just bought me some Creative Labs. I don't know what these ones are called, but they're nice. It was $40, and they had a model of the same speakers, which was the same price, and the newer version, but the older version comes with the subwoofer. So I kind of like having the woofer, and you could tell with the bass, it kind of handles it nice. But I guess the newer speakers, though, they are, they're the newer and improved model of what I have for pretty much the same price. But if you get the older model, there's a version that has a subwoofer, so that's what I got. That was kind of a cool thing to go in there. My throat's kind of dry this morning. I don't know why. Maybe it's this weather. I went for a walk last night. I had I got frustrated with making these videos, man, because I just couldn't get my levels right. So I kind of was like, all right, I'm just gonna bounce. I took my dog, and it was freezing. It was like maybe like I don't know 7:30, so it's pretty cold. But yeah, this is the old Xbox. I gotta change it. That's the only thing I don't like. Now that I have this high definition thing on here, it don't automatically like set the resolution when I power on or reboot. I have to scroll here or go to auto, and then it should go. Now it'll like scale to a 720p or whatever from 480i, because that's what it is. That's what standard Xbox resolution is. But yeah, it's kind of whack. But yeah, this is called Xbox Media Center for Gamers. And like I said, when I started, it was called the Xbox Media Center for Xbox. And nowadays, some of you might have seen the new version of it. It's on Fire Sticks, it's on computers, like you can get it on your phone. It's called Kodi. So this whole Xbox Media Center for Xbox, or basically now they call it XBMC Media Center right there. It became what is now called kodi, but for the Xbox, it's Xbox Media Center for Xbox, and I think some years ago, like 2016 or whatever, was the last update for this. Sorry guys, got to clear my throat out. And so 2016, but the year before is when I got my Nvidia Shield, so that's when I kind of migrated to the Shield, and the Shield being a little newer device and a little better hardware, has the advanced version of this, I guess you could say, or what is now called kodi. So I was already familiar with that because I've used this XBMC for years and years. So once my Shield came out in 2015, I kind of laid the Xbox down. So I probably hadn't picked this bad boy up for 7 to 10 years. And then I just was looking at something, and I seen like, yeah, new upgrades for the X original Xbox, new dashboard, Xbox Media Center for Gamers, and it's cool, it's kind of cool. But watch, we'll go ahead but this is for me, this is where it started from. Like I said, when I was still gaming, but I was kind of like that was my thing. I wanted a mobile, like maybe a media center, like how it even said, XBMC Media Center. That's what I was looking for, like a media player. And I mean, this is early on, like I'm telling you, I think iPod Touches probably might have just came out. Maybe cheap MP3 players, maybe the Android was maybe like Android version 1, Android version 2. So, this was early on. So I got this, and then once I learned how to do a network share. That was a video I seen. This guy was like, "Yeah, this was a game changer." I modded my Xbox, and I got my computer, and I got all kinds of music on it, and I don't like to just stay there listening to the music. And then once I was able to mod my Xbox and learn how to set up a network share, it really like opened the door for me to play my like stream my media to my system. And I thought, yeah, that's cool because like my system, it's hooked up to like, I mean, it's not the greatest stereo system, but it's a stereo system. It's a little bit better than your stock TV speakers or your little standard computer speakers. Although, like I said, my Creative Lab speakers, the ones I just paid like 40 bucks for. That came with the subwoofer. They're really nice. But yeah, so this is what I got into, you know. So there's, as you can see, it's called XBMC, Xbox Media Center, and there's media tabs, you know, for different media, whatever. So if you go down to the music and files, you'll see what I have there. It's generally blank. Like if you go anywhere else, like look like some generally, I don't think I have sources like pictures. Okay, memory unit. Well, yeah, it's only showing the memory unit on my controller, and then if you want to add a source, you can. So, you know, you go to music, go to files, and add source. That's where the magic happens. So once you know, you learn how to create a network share on your computer, and you also got to have your Xbox on the same network. And there's various ways of doing that. You can have one of those Linksys wireless Xbox adapters. Those are old school now. They're hard to find, and they're like wireless G or something, or wireless A. So they're very very slow. Or you know if you're close enough to your router, you can just Ethernet in like I am, which is a little more reliable and a lot better. But you know it's still you know with the Xbox you're only getting like 100 megabit per second, so it's gonna be nothing like your blazing fast network on your computers or your laptop or whatever, you know. So it's a little slower, but you know, if you're hooked up on your same network, like me being wired, like everything, you know, where I'm at is hardwired, you know, it's generally deep for a local like this, like see how that's just shared. That's my network share. For like a network share, it's fairly like fast, you know, like watch, I'll click it and it should just look at that. See? And that's on my computer. That's not here on the Xbox. So yeah, I just want to do a quick example because I want to show you guys the cool milk drop visualization. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh, it's not even. Dang it, guys. This is a bummer. I have to. I'm playing the visual, but it's not, and that's okay. I think I have to go to my settings now, and I might. This might be it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's So now I think if I play it, you'll hear it. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that's a lot better. My bad, guys. So these are the milk drop presets. They're kind of cool. They This is version 1. Wow, my throat's really jacking up. I gotta go. I'll be back, guys. Hopefully that's a little better. But so yeah, these milk drop presets are cool, and I believe, you know, for the original Xbox like this, it's milk drop 1. So now with kodi, they're on like Milk Drop 3, but unfortunately, the Milk Drop 3 and Milk Drop 2 presets they're not backwards compatible with the Milk Drop 1. So you know, with the old Xbox, because the hardware on the Xbox is limited to Milk Drop 1s. But if you get kodi on any of your, you know, which is basically this Xbox Media Center on your modern devices, you get the Milk Drop 3.0 and 2.0, and then it's not even called Milk Drop anymore because it's like a new iteration of it. Because I think Milk Drop actually once 2016 came, and if you've seen the beginning screen on this, it said the last update was like 2016. I think once that ended, I think, you know, Milk Drop ended, and then I think they might have picked it up, and it's now called, in kodi, the new version of it is called Project M. But you know, with Project, I think the M just stands for like Project Milk Drop. It's just like basically a revival. But you know, with Project M, they're like on Milk Drop 3 now, and there's like 2.0 presets, and there's just quite a few, you know. So with that, you know, you can use newer presets, but unfortunately, like the Milk Drop 2 and Milk Drop 3, they don't work on this original Xbox because of the hardware limitations. I think they require a little more than what the Xbox has. But Milk Drop One, like these original presets, they will work on any of the kodi devices, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, like I'm saying, just imagine like 2007, 2008, from 2007 to like 2000 whatever, 14, 15 until I got my Shield, just being able to play your music like that, hooking up a network share, just listening to some tunes and just visualizing out to these cool. I mean, these visualizers are pretty dope, they're kind of like mesmerizing and enchanting. So that was like the vibe, And you can ask Allenheimer, he was there with me for years, rocking like this. But yeah, it just brings a lot of nostalgia back, because this is kind of like, and that was the only way I knew to do it. I mean, of course, if you could have got a laptop and put it in your room and had a portable, but I didn't have a laptop back then. I just had a desktop. And I mean, and I'm talking like this is Windows Media Center Edition 2005, Hewitt Packard. So we're years back when this came about. But yeah, it was a game changer. And I could stream video and stuff too. But gotta remember, video pushing 720p video on this Xbox is gonna be a little rough, or even 1080p. I mean, you can get dashboards and visualizers like this, but a video, 480i, 480p might be good, but the video might strain it a little. With Cody's 4K. I mean, I'm sorry, not Kodi with my Shield, that's 4K. But yeah, that's how I did it back in the day. That was kind of cool. And then from this, watch, let's go to the front page, and I think it'll tell you, like, even if you see the RSS, the little scroll feed on the bottom, it says Xbox Media Center for Xbox 3.53 is out. And I think it'll say something, or somewhere it said maybe it was the I'm thinking the application store. So let's go ahead and get out of here. But yeah, this is where it started for me. And then like I said, once my Shield came in, there was a pretty much no okay, now see how it got a little cleaner because I had the video capture device on, which is like any audio from the video. So now I turn it off, it's fine. So now it should just be me. But yeah, this is what, and it was cool. Like I said, you could stream your music to this thing and look at those cool visualizers. And gotta remember back then that was we didn't really have or when flat screen high definitions were first coming out. So it was still a CRT 480i 480p television, but it was just cool times, definitely cool times. But we'll go ahead and go back to I have to reboot. If I restart, it brings me back here. If I reboot, it'll get me to the actual Xbox Media Center for Gamers Dash. I'm hoping this video comes out better, man. I was kind of disappointed with my I did which I thought was good, and I didn't even record any of my vocal, which I was pissed. It was like a 2 hour video, and then I did another one, which is about an hour and 20 minutes last night, and I don't know. I think this one's gonna be good. So looking at my levels and stuff, and I'm not getting any rabid CPU spikes like I was. So, okay, so yeah, but yeah, that's what we looked at. We looked at the Xbox Media Center, and you guys got to see a little bit of the milk drop visual. It's so like to me anyway. Like I said, that this was just the shit. Like back then, like 15 years ago. Probably yeah, like 2010 to I think it was maybe because I was looking to see when because on myself I was like, when did I get in this stuff? And the furthest back is the Xbox headquarters which was a site which I think had a lot of people that like was working on this stuff. I subscribed to, and it said like 2009. So yeah, you figure. And like I said, I would only assume that I subscribed to that site because I needed help on getting this working, or I wanted to find out what how to set it up or whatnot. But so years of just jamming with this, and then the Shield comes out, and then I just Xbox. I was like, well, I got a newer device that can do what I was doing with the Xbox, although it's not called Xbox Media Center anymore. It's called Kodi. Like I said, some of you guys might have seen Kodi. You can get it on your Fire Stick. I think you can get it on Roku, smart TVs. So yeah, that's pretty much what this became kodi. But you know, it started off as an XBMC4 Xbox or XBMC, and just now always remember that kind of a classic nostalgic period of years there where and just like I said, looking at those visualizers and just playing dope music to them, and you know, there's so many of them. It's cool. It's kind of like what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to make some visual. I mean, and I'm not gonna make a bunch. Maybe if I can muster out 20, 30, 40 good ones, and then maybe just put some of the music to like a visualizer collage of tracks. I think that'd be cool. But okay, so you know you got preset categories like this on here that oh wait, let me go and change my that's the only thing like I said I gotta change my my resolution. I don't like that it don't give me high definition right away. But now that I change it, it should. So yeah, these high definition kits are kind of weird. This ain't the this is like some bootleg stuff. Like there's one that's you know, but it's 200 bucks, man, and it's a permanent solution. I didn't want the permanent, you know, because this one you could move on the other Xboxes, which is nice, you know. The other one's kind of a permanent solution, and it's $200. This was like 50, so. But like I said, the only thing I don't like is when I restart or reboot this, it always defaults to the 480i, which I believe is the standard Xbox definition. So there's got to be a file maybe where I could force resolution on boot or something like that to 720p, you know, or just high definition. But I mean, it's not bad to change it and then it goes. It's just kind of, you know, it's not convenient to just always start up and then have to come over here and change it. It's not anything major, but it would just be nice if, you know, I was to reset it or reboot, it would just boom, start up on this instead of the 480i. But I think it does that because, you know, that's Xbox stuff too. But yeah, you know, when you get your Xbox to this state, it really don't have anything. Whether you you know, you'll have that Xbox Media Center pretty bare, or now this is Xbox Media Center for gamers. It's got a couple of we got a couple of categories here: applications, demos, whatnot. You know, and applications are just kind of like utilities. That's like some hard drive stuff, self-explanatory stuff. You know, that's to nowadays for the original Xbox, which is kind of cool. They're kind of bringing back the Xbox Live service for the original Xbox. But what's cool about this one is, you know, it's free. It's called Insignia, and it's only for the original Xboxes. And what's really cool is you don't even have to have your Xbox modded like this. Even if you have a stock Xbox, you can actually still hook up to it. You just have to go to your dashboard, you know, your Microsoft dashboard there, and adjust a few settings, and then once you do that, then you're able to play your games, you know, and it's kind of cool. It's of course it's not as popular as it was back in the day, and you know it's free, and not everybody you know gets into to signing up for it because there is a bit of a process to do it, but it is cool. You know, you can get to like Halo 2 and some of those original Xbox games, and there was lobbies, you know, like Fantasy Star Online. I just jumped on last night, and there was like 8, 9 people in the lobby. I was like, damn, that's cool. Just free, you know, free anymore, rolling around, talking to people, doing a quick couple of rounds here and there. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, and it's free. So even if you guys still have your Xbox and want to relive the old Xbox Live days with the old Xbox games, you can. You got to look that up. So Insignia. But yeah, that's applications, and then you know, like I said, I think I think like when you install this actual Xbox Media Center, I installed it. It comes with this. That's like your main like under the hood settings. You have to install your dashboard, and then all this stuff is extra stuff I installed. But what's really cool is I'll show you guys. So if we go to settings here, this downloader. So this downloader is where all the cool stuff is at. Like there's like look at that. So like there's on the left you can see on that black little divider there, there's different categories, you know, and then they're just, you know, explanatory applications, blah, 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 you know, your different ones. So updates, which are updates to the actual, you know, this, how it says, see Xbox Media Center for gamers. and then that thing that URL downloader is what actually downloads all these I guess you could say all these programs or applications that are here on this application store or downloader store. But it's kind of cool. So if we click applications, you'll get to see, some of these are utilities like BIOS checker. That's if you're doing this kind of stuff like modding your Xboxes and flashing them and stuff. You want to definitely make sure you're using the right BIOS. You don't want to flash the wrong BIOS. That's how you can end up with the brick. And then just other utilities. You can see the list on the left and the screenshot and description on the right. So it's kind of cool. This is actually what you would call homebrew for your modded Xbox. You didn't get any of this stuff on your original Xbox. And a lot of this stuff is a little advanced, like, these XBP ones are for like formatting a hard drive. So there's a lot of tools here if you want to upgrade your hard drive, which is another whole process and kind of not the easiest thing to do, but it can be done. It's just, little work to it. So you got applications there, you got artwork for games, probably like fan art, maybe almost like something like that, which you would put on your like a desktop background, which is kind of cool. You got dashboards, which when I showed you Xbox Media Center for Xbox, and like yeah, that's what it says. Look, released in early 2000. So the one that was the last update, 2016. So when I got my Shield, I probably didn't update to that last update because I got my Shield in 2015, and then that was kind of it for the Xbox. I just started jamming Kodi on my Shield, and but yeah, a couple other dashboards. This was kind of a one right here that was kind of when you would early mods on the Xbox before it became easier, they would kind of default to this one, this Unleash X. So you would have that, and it says late to the scene, but I think it was before XBMC. One of those might have been the first. Yeah, like either Evolution X or but I know when you mod, I think it like the mods that I use, I think it would install that one right there. So that's kind of cool. Then DLC. This is quite extensive. So if you still have some of these old school Xbox games, and Xbox Live is for the original Xbox. It's no more. But there was title updates and extra content. You can just look here, DLC. Like certain games, like look Dark Watch, title update, Dance Dance, and some of them are little. Like the title updates are little, but sometimes like these bigger ones look like song packs. Song packs, yeah, song packs. Title update. Some will be like maps sometimes. Booster pack skins look Dead or Alive. And if you want to go to like maybe something a little more popular, like let's go to Halo. Look at Halo, 369 megabyte title update. Includes maps, whatever. There's another title update. So yeah, that's kind of cool if you have some games and you didn't get like the latest update for them during the time that the Xbox live service was running, or you didn't get the extra content and you mod your Xbox and you still have those games. Luckily, they have most of it archived, so you can just go to the game you want and be like, oh, okay, look, Jade Empire, ooh, new monk class, I want that, and look at the 2 kilobytes. That's nothing in size. So if you have that game on your system or you have the disc, you'll just boom, you press A, it'll take you to a screen here. You just press A and it'll download it. So it's kind of cool. That's emulators. This is where it's kind of gets interesting. I'm gonna take a break. I gotta go get my coffee, so give me a second. I'm gonna do a quick pause, just because I kind of like the pause thing, so I'll be right back. All right, guys, we are back. So, yeah, this section right here is really cool. So this is the emulator section. So basically, you can see the name of the emulator on the left and the description on the right. So if you want to play your classic games, there you go. Pretty much got everything you would think of here. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Scum VM for like classic point and click games. Look at there's your Sega systems. Sharp, PlayStation. There's a couple it's missing. I don't see TurboGrafx or 3DO, but there's a few. I mean, if you want your NES, your core Nintendo and Sega, NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, and I don't know if they have a Master System. Let me see. Yeah, Sega Master System. So you got that. But yeah, definitely, throw you some emulators on and get you some games for your emulators and that's you could play them. And that part is a little so you need a special adapter to hook up a USB flash drive to the Xbox, but once you get that, it's pretty self-explanatory on how to get the games on. You just put them in a directory and that's it. Or you can do it over the computer, which is called FTP. That's a little bit more like I said, you have to be on the same network as your computer is, you know, but if you can figure it out, then you have access to playing some classics. And like I said, once I get the one of these that I have that's broken, I mean, if I fix it, I don't know. It's probably gonna go between maybe the Flowmatic brothers. My little brothers are Allenheimer. Probably Allenheimer, because Allenheimer helps me with a lot. And then, if he wants some of this emulator stuff, we'll get it on. But if I come across another one, which I was thinking of getting like a couple broken ones. They're not cosmetically broke. They just have errors. Which, as long as they power on and boot, I might be able to fix errors. I don't know, we'll just have to look at them. But I know somebody that has a lot of 10 and then they'll let them go for like basically like I think like $10 a piece. If I buy all 10 of them, that would be $100. But damn, I think I could fix some of them. And with what you're getting there, you got to take in mind, with these Xboxes, sometimes the DVD drives on the Xboxes are kind of crappy. That's one thing I noticed though with the PS2s, like their DVD drives, like they last forever, man. Like the Xbox, they kind of cut corners on that, which is weird because they had three different manufacturers for them. But yeah, they just something with the DVD drives and the Xboxes, they don't hold up quite as well as the PlayStation 2s. So like I said, buying a lot of 10 Xboxes that power on and don't have any outside cosmetic damage. There's more than likely some with the disk drives that, they're jammed, they won't open, or they won't even work at all. Or even if you get them open and you unjam them, they just won't read anymore. You actually would have to open up the DVD drive itself and see if there's any blowing caps inside the DVD, drive. So, and I don't know if I'd want to do that for a bunch. But yeah. So there's emulators. Okay. Here's homebrew. Homebrew is kind of cool. This is generally like, computer ports like this game, for example, ABX. It's a port, it's telling you. Description on the left, and I mean, I'm sorry, what it is on the left and description on the right. ABX is a port of the awesome game Al Abidis Morts for Xbox. So that might be like an old computer game, like a Commodore game, or even an old DOS game, or maybe like that Sharp X6800 or MSX, that's from somewhere. And that's pretty much what all these are. And then you remember this one, Afterburner Arcade. So you'd go to the arcade and you'd see that game and you'd have your flight joystick there, and then that's just basically a port of it to your Xbox, so you could play it without. Look at like it says, as good as it was all those years, since now you don't have to waste so many quarters. So you got a couple of selections here. We got Cave Story. That's kind of like a homebrew developed game that was kind of well received. There's a lot of different takes on it and versions and mods, and but for what it was, that's definitely like that one's kind of revered. This game is a newer game, but this is just like a demake port to the Xbox, so that's kind of interesting. This Diablo is kind of cool because so if you have Diablo 1, this just basically is like a launcher. It kind of modernizes it, gives you controller support, resolution to your modern display, and just quality of life enhancements. I have Diablo 1, so it's kind of cool. This is all over. It's for like computer. I think it's on the Play Store even. I have it on my Shield, so but kind of cool they have a version of it for the Xbox, but I believe they are on version 1.1 now, so not sure if these guys are going to port the 1.1 over to the Xbox or not, but that's still just cool to see it there. Then there's like a Doom, kind of like Doom, which is like prior to the Diablo, like a Doom port of something. Well, it says port of Doom X. Here's a homebrew game, Griffon Legend X, the Griffon Legend port. Half-Life pre-beta version, so you can just keep going on. Heart of Darkness. I have the real game to that, the PlayStation 1 game. It's probably worth some money. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Just what you can tell by subscriptions, Outrun Arcade. So remember you had the what was it? Final Burn. Final Burn, right? With their Afterburner, I'm sorry, Final Burn. And now you have Outrun Arcade, so you don't have to play all kinds. And they're the same engine, so you don't have to spend your quarters. Panzer J Grun, that's classic from a Sega Saturn. There's a couple Quake ports. Look at that if you want to do that. These are kind of dope. Rise of the Triad port. These are like some old school first-person shooters. Shadow Warrior port. There's been a couple of Sonic ports too, decompilation, so you can play some of the Sonic stuff. Space Harrier. Space Harrier is kind of cool. That was like classic old school Star Wars. Okay, I gotta go get my coffee. Super Mario, like kind of remixes, Tomb Raider source port. So there's like a source engine, open source Tomb Raider engine, Wolfenstein. I mean, it's just dope. You can now take in mind with the original Xbox, you only had like 4.5 GB, so you can fill space up fast. But if you put a bigger hard drive in it, then you can get all this stuff. But yeah, there's just so much cool stuff. And if you don't have anything, once you get your Xbox to this modded state, you really don't have much, except maybe if you have a bunch of games, that's cool. But, there's just extra content you can install, which is pretty awesome. And you can see what they are by the name and the description. Duke Nukem. Those are kind of cool right there. Red Egg. Yeah. Like some of these you guys probably never played. And if you played them, you'd be like, damn, that's pretty dope. Hexen, Rick Dangerous. Look, even Zelda. They just take a Link to the Past and Oni Link Begins, Return of the Hylian. Just mix up the sprites a bit and say, oh, well, here's a different version of Zelda, or my take on Zelda. That's kind of cool. You got mods there for certain games. There's a couple of mods, a couple translations. That game I want to play. That's kind of dope. That's actually made by the guys that do the Dark Souls series, so I know those became kind of revered now. Dark Souls are. They do an Elden Ring now, so yeah. But this was one they did for the Xbox, and it was kind of dope. You just play this like mecha robot like first-person shooter thing, but it was Japanese, but this is kind of a translation for it. So that would be a pretty sweet one to play right there. This is kind of a cool game too. On that one, look at the translation's really little. This is 163 megabytes, but that's like a lot of content. Like it says on the right side, there are crap loads of new things in here, from new editor items and new vehicles, too much to type. For some racing games, Punisher Uncensored, it's only 2 megabytes. So if you have the original game, it don't. It's kind of censored, but you can download this and it'll uncensor it. This game I've heard pretty good things about. It's a racing game, it's in Japanese. It's kind of like Project Gotham Racing or one of the Forza games. It's made by Atlas, which they're known for their Persona series, which is pretty well, pretty well revered in the RPG world. Yeah, they even have an anime too. I need to watch that because I've got all those Personas. Well, I have I have 4 and 3 in like the prior ones. I don't have the fifth one, which one of these days when it goes on sale, I'll probably have to get it. I think I have it on my PlayStation, but I'd rather just, that's PlayStation Plus, and I ain't subscribed to that anymore. So I'd rather just buy it out once the deluxe version goes on sale for like 20 bucks, unless it comes in a humble bundle one of these days, because the Persona 4 Golden did, so that's kind of cool. And here's like other utilities and whatnot, save utilities, themes, different themes. I can get the Mega Man theme. That's kind of cool. I have that one, but they vary in size. Rounded default, rounded night. But updates for the updates for the program itself. But yeah, there's other options here. Like there's context menus, like if you press the buttons, to back out, you have your main screen and categories here. And if you go to games, I just have, my Jet Set Radio and a Sims. And then I wanted to try this that's from That was actually from the applic. If we go back to the applications, that's that homebrew port right there. That I was I was gonna show how downloads work, but you basically just assign it anywhere. We'll go get a little one like another homebrew. Okay, so that's the one I got. So what's like something small? The Griffon Legend. Let's do that. So like if you want to download that, you'll just press A. It takes you here to your install size, 42 megabytes. So that's fine. It's not incredibly huge. So we'll go ahead and download it. And generally it might take a second. Because it's not the fastest, even being a hardwired. You got to remember the age of this machine. So this is kind of when we were still at like 100 megabit per second lines. So we'll go ahead and choose yes, and then this is basically how you assign everything. You got your hard drive structure, your C drive, that's your main Xbox dash. You don't ever really want to touch that or put anything in there. Your E drive is like that's where everything goes. F drive, I think I don't know if that mimics your I don't think it does mimic. I think it's like a cache drive, and that's kind of like I gotta learn about that. It's kind of like it's the same as your E drive, but I think it's your dashboard drive. So this is where you put the games, and then since that is a homebrew, I don't actually have a homebrew thing here, but it is a game, so I just put stuff in games, and then you just and then it'll download it. And like I said, this one's after. I mean, the download I think was 9 megabytes. It said installs 42, so it might take a minute to well, sometimes it does, but it is good having this stuff on a hardwired network. So, it's uncompressing now. And that's how you do it. You just basically, go and download something, and then of course you want to. I don't even think you have to put it in the right download place, but just for organization's sake, I guess, like once you finish installing this, I think those are the ones that it comes with. Applications, demos, emulators, games, and homebrew. And then once I downloaded, I made that one right there because once I downloaded the Xbox Media Center, I could have put it there because it is an application, but it's another dash too. So then you go ahead and click there, and then that's. So then if we want to see what we just downloaded, we'll go to games, and after it scans, it that Griffon Legend should show up, and it should scan it right away. Watch, once I click it, you'll see, look, yep, Griffon Legend X, and there it is. That's the thumbnail for it and whatnot. But yeah, there's a lot of cool, things you can do with this. Like if you look at you got some options here, favorites, game save, whatever, let's go to settings, and then just more like a lot of options. There's a lot of customization, and then this 480p thing is kind of cool because a lot of those Xbox games that could do 480p because the standard definition was 480i, um, you have to run that. You have to run the script so it'll you know kind of like update it. So when you play the game, it does run the 480p. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a break really quick, and then we'll look at some of this again. I'll be right back. Word. All right, guys, we are back. But yeah, there's so much optimization. I'm sorry, customization and optimization too. But and they tell you like the little categories, toggles, scripts, applications. That was where we seen all our stuff to download, appearance. So you got all your settings here. But like I said, there's just so much customization. I mean, look at all this. I mean, there's just tons of stuff you could do if you want to. You could change your category. Scripts are kind of cool things. I don't know if I have any script. Okay, no, better not mess with that. But here's some built-in. Like that's kind of cool. This 480p game loaders. So for the Xbox games that can actually use, which is with the original Xbox, it's very few. I I think all in all, out of I don't know how many, couple hundred. I think there's like, geez, American games. I think there's 486. I could be wrong. There could be a lot more. I don't know. I get a figure of that somewhere. I think that's North American games. Like America. That's not including the whole catalog of like European games and Japanese games. But there's probably, I mean, even within all those too, I think there's at the most like 15 to 20 games that can actually go beyond the standard 480i resolution, which some of them can go to 480p, some can go to 720p, and I think there's only two that can do like 1080p, or maybe like three or four, so it's not a whole lot. But for like that jet set radio future, for example, that's one I have on here, and I have that. Um, it its native resolution is 480i. So if you play it's going to come 4080i. So if you run this 480p game loader, it detects the games you have, and then it just adds a loader to them. When this first came out, it was kind of complex because there was like three different loaders, and you have to choose the right one depending on which game you have and whatnot. So you'd have to learn which ones to choose. But now if you run it, like let's see, I'm gonna run it and see what it says. Okay, yeah, it has an auto install, which is kind of nice. So see, yeah, see how it says this should fix and that's what I have, a version 1.6 Xbox. So what happens is if you try to run like Jet Set Radio, I mean, if you run it and you don't want the 480p, if you're happy with the 480i definition, that's fine. It'll work fine, and it defaults to like a normal full screen whatever. But if you want the 480p, the little bit better definition, more clarity, and you try to run it, it'll give you a scrambled screen. Like, yeah, it doesn't, it don't output right. So that's what that is for, that script. Like basically you run that, and then if you do uh if you do the automatic install, it'll detect those games and it'll patch them with this 480p. So then when you run them, they'll run in the 480p resolution, and the screen won't be scrambled. But the thing with some of them too, like if you guys don't see it, because on my recording, like even if I launch it now, it'll look like it's gonna be full screen. But when I launch a game like that, if I leave it just running in the normal 480i Xbox resolution, it'll be full screen on my TV, like a normal full screen, like what you guys see in these videos. If I run it 480i to you guys in this video, it's still going to look full screen. But when I actually look at it on my TV, I mean, I'm sorry, when I run it 480p, the 480p resolution, it uses the 4:3 aspect ratio. So you got the black bars on the side, and then there's it's no big deal. They're just straight black bars, and then you got your picture in the middle. And that's if you're running at 480p, whereas if you stick with the native 480i, it actually does it full screen. But in these videos, everything you see is going to be full screen. Even if it looks like that to me, you'll still see the 480p full screen. So yeah, there's tons of stuff, like scripts are just things like if your system starts running slower, you can do that. And then some are self-explanatory, widescreen patches, remove empty save folders. If you pop in a disk and you want to rip your game disk to your hard drive, thumbnail cleaner. So it's just there's like I said, there's total tons of customization you can do. More things. Change your splash. You could put like we could put night mode. So watch what happens. It kind of changes to a little darker. That's kind of cool. You can do a random theme if you want. Yeah, look at that. So it kind of changed darker, which is kind of cool. You just like I said, there's lots of debug if you're having issues and you want to try to debug them yourself. There you go. There's just tons of your appearance. You can change everything. Your appearance, your clock, your display. If you want to calibrate your video to make it centered, flicker filter. I don't use that. That's supposed to help with some games. And once you do the high definition, like I do, and you get the patches running on the games, it takes that off. And that actually, you don't need that on. You don't need that either. Here's for file lists, like, here's screensaver. If you want it to go on, you could, there's quite a bit. Just you can see what we got there for screensaver stuff. I usually leave it off. It'll pop on if you start your Xbox. Like I think at the beginning of the video when I did this and you guys seen it, that's because I left it idle for a couple minutes. If you don't log in to your profile right away, it'll do that. But there's just file manager stuff right here. You can see your whole structure there. Music. If you're actually playing music, I believe you could, if you put in an audio CD, if your disc works, I think you can even, well, once again, that would be if your disc work. You could rip the tracks to your hard drive and you could play them through here. This has an audio player. Or if you get into networking and you want to transfer some whatever songs or tracks from your computer to your Xbox here, you can do that. And and look, it's got a built-in player and you can even use the milk drop visualizations. It's kind of cool. I tried to add a source last night through here, but for you know, some reason my network, that's your network stuff, programs, that's for your cheats, games, you could change your dashboard path, system, that's like everything, your hard drive key, CPU speed, BIOS, whatever, system information. I mean that's like if you yeah, I mean there's just tons. Video output, that's where you can change it if you want it. Audio, if you have a certain kind of a receiver or something there. There's some LCDs. There's for your mod chip right there, debugging if you want to auto run stuff. There's features for the hard drive, DVD player cache, M player cache. I mean, it goes on and on. It's pretty dope. There's video settings. Yeah, because it was, the whole Xbox Media Center, that's what it was a media center. So even though now it's called Xbox, well, this latest version, is Xbox Media Center for gamers, it's still, carried over a lot of the, seems like the media stuff. But I did try, and I couldn't get it work. I'll have to see how that works because, I tried because you can go here and then not here, I'm sorry, but you can go, where is it? Okay, and so you can add a source. And I tried to actually add my network source last night, but it wouldn't work for some reason. I don't know why. I was like, damn. I was hoping it would, like it would work how it works in standard X, like how you see my shared. And for some reason it wouldn't connect here. I don't know why. I was kind of, but if it did, that would be sweet because then I could just do what I do here instead of having to go through Xbox Media Center, and then I would just take that off. Give me think it's like 300 megabytes to give me a little bit more room for some little homebrew games like that. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of go through this video really just to kind of show what this is like. Like really for me, it started right here with the original OG Xbox Media Center, and like I said, it was a game changer, man. You guys seen how I just played that instrumental and the visualizer just came on, and it was just listening to music, chilling, bullshitting with Maxwell, throwing a look at the visualizers every now and then. It was just cool. Just kind of was a game changer, and it's just cool to kind of, still see that they have this. Sometimes, like Google, like with Stadia and stuff, they'll just kill stuff off. So even though the last update for this was, wow, geez, 2016, so it's a while over 10 years ago. If you use it for like, what I showed you guys, a network share, as long as you can set that up, that functionality is always going to be there. Now you may not get YouTube in it because the YouTube scripts might not work anymore and some of the past plugins or whatever, but if you're using it just like how I did for a network share, that should always be pretty good. And then yeah, but like I said, if I can add a source manually like from here and it would work, then I would probably take this off because I already know how to play media files just so I can have a couple more 100 megabytes for my homebrew. But and then you can do some customization stuff too, like you could mess around with whatever. Let's see. Oh, okay, that wasn't what I wanted to do. But like if you want to change the color of this menu, like say, well, I like this blue whatever, like teal kind of a thing I got going on here. But maybe you want it red or something. Let's see if it's the trigger buttons. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, not that. Okay, I keep doing that. Okay, no. No. Okay, I'm trying to find out. Um, damn it. Okay. But oh, that wasn't good. I pressed the combination for a restart. That's okay though. But that's what's kind of cool is there is a button combination where you can actually just press it and get a restart going. But I'm just trying to like, and now that's the thing. Like when it restarts, it defaults to the lower resolution, which I gotta look into that and then see. You always have to go here and go back here and do this, which kind of sucks, but it's not the biggest. It's not the biggest deal breaker. But what I'm trying to look for though is like I said, there's actually a way that you can edit. Let me see. Oh yeah, look, see you can change the colors, you can add text. There we go. What did I okay. So you can like I said, there's tons of customization options. You got a couple of background colors, a view. You could change the view of how you want your layout. Like if you want it like something like that. So you got view options. I mean, yeah. So there's a lot to this. It's definitely dope. It's something cool. Like I said, I got another one that I'm gonna probably upgrade the hard drive on this one, and then that if I can fix that broken one, I don't want to invest in it. That's the thing. If I can get it fixed without investing too much, and then that's it. And I'd mod it up though. I'm gonna put this on it and maybe load some homebrew, or what I could do is mod it up, load some of those emulators, like the classic, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, probably Master System. Put all those ROMs shouldn't be more than complete set, maybe about 2, 3 GB, and then that would be the one to give to my brothers or Allenheimer or the Flow brothers. But like I said, that I gotta fix that first, and then get it to this modded state. But that'd be cool. They'd have a retro. You go to your emulators and you'd have a retro station right there. Play all the classics. Because with these Xbox games, unless you upgrade the hard drive, you can only fit so much. Like that's a big game. Like that almost took the whole hard drive. Sims is kind of small. That's kind of small, and then these homebrew ones are really small. So and then even if you see, I'm probably where is it at? Like right here. So, I mean 695 megabytes, that's still a little bit, but it's not to fit an Xbox game, you're gonna roll through that quick. But if you want to do some homebrew or whatnot, but like I said, if I fix that other one, there's not gonna be probably any Xbox games unless like one of the bros is like, oh, I want that game. So what we'll do is, we won't have this. Maybe I'll put some of these little homebrew ones on, and then like some of the emulators for sure, like the core ones, like probably Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Master System, because the old cartridge-based core consoles, the emulation's almost like pretty high, like almost 100%. So those games should run with no problem, and then we'll just load all that and go. But like I said, I got to get to the point of fixing that first, and then if I can, like I said, I don't want to invest, but I have some extra hard drives. If one of them works for it, it might be an old school like ID, but that's even better because that's, I would, like I said, I don't want to buy the converter and do a whole lot. If I can get one of my old IDE hard drives, I think I got like an 80 and a 100 gigabyte. And if they could lock to the broken system once it's fixed, then I'd pop that in there. So then, it'd have a 100 gigabyte. So if the peeps learned how to use it, they could put a couple games on it or put all kinds of music or whatever. But like I said, that's gonna have to be fixed first. And if I can't fix it, because I don't even have the EEPROM for that one, and I don't know how much that LPC reader thing is going to cost, and then it's going to be a little bit of a job, but we'll see. I mean, I may get to the point where I might fix and be like, damn, this is a lot of work. I'm just going to hold on to it. But more than likely, if that does come about, Allenheimer, he helps me with do a lot of stuff, and if he wants it, it's probably going to go to him. Stick a little hard drive in there. But if I get that lot, then I'll get one going for the brothers and the Flowmatic brothers too. And then the other ones, I would just probably try to set them up and like sell them on eBay or something. But all right, your boy FR Double. I'm gonna clock out. I've been wanting to do a video on this, and geez, I did one I thought was good last night. I felt good doing it. It was like an hour and 45 minutes, and I freaking didn't even have my recording on. I had the monitoring on where I could hear like back everything like this, but it wasn't recording what I was monitoring. Oh, stupid. And then I did another one like a little bit after that, I had to take a break. I took my dog for a walk, came home and did like about another hour and 20 minute, and that one, it sounded too damn loud. Like I don't know. And like I said, sometimes with these Windows updates, they kind of boink things, so you gotta watch this. And me, I mean, I'm one, I stay on it with the updates. Some people will wait a couple weeks, a month. Oh yeah, wait till what they call Patch Tuesday, which is like Microsoft's once a month Tuesday, you know, stuck together updates. But I check my updates every day, which can be a good thing, but it can be a bad thing too. Always getting the latest updates, might mess stuff up. And sometimes I notice that, like I'll get an update and then OBS will just my CPU will start spiking or my audio, and that's what I think was happening last time. And now it seems like I rolled back my levels and it's okay, but I'm hoping it's loud enough. I'm hoping, I'm hoping there's something there, but we'll have to see. But all right, your boy F for double. I'm out. You guys be cool. Peace.